This Thursday Night Football props edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN.
Hey, this is Derek Stevens. I'm the owner of Circa Las Vegas. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man. San Diego Superchargers.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, real money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Cash the under, Mike. Cash the under. No, I'm just talking to the chat. That was for your precious chat.
Cash the under, Mike. What's
cash the under?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Pay attention. What do we? They always have the over. They always blame the show not starting on time on me.
Mike, the guy who runs the chat.
There we go.
Well, he's not. I don't see him in the chat.
That's fine. He'll be here later, and he'll be like, "Damn, I should have been."
So the
there
podcast audio
to cash the under.
Mike is our chat czar who keeps us on time.
You can keep it mysterious.
Okay.
They can come to YouTube if they want to find out who Mike is.
Ryan, of all of I want to a special Monday night locker edition. I got to throw Marcus Mariota in the locker because
Hold on, let me get Brad Rogers out of there first. He's still. I haven't let him out yet.
Wait, and it may have not fully sunk in when we talked last night. Brad Rogers was the ref for the Virginia Tech game and the Giants game.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I didn't actually do the research to find out the name of the ACC crew.
All right, I assumed you were just making a.
But the comment, if that somehow is true, my God,
yeah, that would have been insane. So now Marcus Mariota, it's a weird thing because I had the under 30.5 attempts, which that cashed by the skin of its teeth.
We had that debate, and I was on
21-30. So he did go over his completions, unfortunately for Ryan. But the other play I really liked was Marcus Mariota over 28.5 rushing yards. We had it in our underdog entry paired with the Kelsey touchdown that Kramer gave out. That hit, no problem. Marcus Mariota has 8 carries, 28 yards. But if you're watching live, the really frustrating part was completely garbage time. The Commanders were trying to run the clock out with like 8 minutes to go, but this is on the final drive. He runs for 2 yards to get it to go over, but then he's stripped and the ball fumbles backwards. So where it went out of bounds was 0 yard gain. So he got 0 yards on his final carry. It was insane.
If the fumble goes forward, he gets the 2 yards. Also, the play before where he's running and just gets tripped up in the middle of the field, there's 10 more yards for him to have. If he doesn't get tripped up there. Also, there was I want to say it wasn't a holding, maybe like an illegal form, some sort of procedural penalty that brought back a earlier scramble of like 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, and at the time you're like, oh, it's 3 or 4 yards. You don't even think about it. But then at the end, when you need that one, maybe 2 yards, depending on where you got the number at.
It was a good handicap. I didn't realize that. Kingsbury's offense may be expired, Sean. He went to Thailand. He paid someone. He did a deal with something.
8 carries, and none of those are kneels down. I swore he was going to get it. But really, the most insane thing, obviously, Chiefs get the win. The cover 28-7. Punting with 6 minutes left, down 21 points on like a 4th and 8. That's unforgivable. If I was a Commanders fan, I'm losing my shit. How do you punt there? Now, it doesn't matter. Are you going to get the first down? No, you're punting to the Chiefs. I understand if you're like punting to the Titans, and the Titans did that same thing when they were down 17 points, 4th and 4. And there's a video of Cam Ward going, Mike, what the fuck? Let's go for it.
Which Mike McCoy did suggest that he erred. in real time. Listen, Dan Quinn, that is not a backward hat move by Dan Quinn.
Well, it's so funny. Everyone talks, hey, analytics. We're analytically no analytic tells you to. No computer no AI backed anything tells you to punt there. Just insane.
In a weird way, I feel like this problem's only going to get worse because we're now taking all the feel out of the decision, and people are just going to be like, "Oh yeah, this is what we do."
But
here.
also fine. But there's no card. There's no formula. There's no math that says to punt there.
Listen,
no math.
The NFL wants to replace the onside kick with like a 4th and 20, something like that. I think we're pretty close to the idea that teams just stop punting the ball. Like unless you're pinned inside your own like 35-yard line. I think we're eventually going to get to the place where the analytics will say you go for it because you can then kick off with a 4th and 20 and keep the ball. And I think that's going to heavily, like for a couple seasons, that's going to draft. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, I'm for less punts, but they don't need to totally, butcher the game.
Also, that something happened to the Commanders. Kingsbury came back with the holy grail of offenses, and now this is what a 4-game sample.
Commanders had 2 interceptions in the first half. I thought they were playing with some physicality. And okay, fine. We're finally going to get a dog to cash here in week 8, and just completely shit the bricks in the second.
Is
half.
the offensive failure the system? Are we seeing the end of the Kingsbury system?
Well,
was Jaden Daniels a soft benching because it was starting to come down?
I like where your head's at, but in defense of them, let's see once Jaden Daniels gets healthy. But the problem, I don't think Jaden Daniels is going to be 100% healthy.
Tunsil banged up.
Yeah, and they were dealing with Debo injuries, McLaurin injuries. If you're a Commanders fan, you have a lot of excuses.
Here's what stood out to me: they couldn't run the ball against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs have a solid defense. I don't think they've been particularly great against the run. And I think this Kingsbury offense is just not going to work if they can't run the ball. So that would be alarming for me. Thought they were going to be able to run the ball tonight. Yeah,
at least a little bit. But Chiefs defense showed up. Mahomes even had 2 interceptions, which just for record, Jalen Hurts only 1 all season. Patrick Mahomes 2 in the first half. And yet didn't matter. Chiefs roll.
Oh, and you know what? I did go back and take an inventory of all the things I parlayed to Chiefs division.
Nice.
Feeling all right.
Feeling good. Yeah. I mean,
even with the Broncos and the Chargers,
Broncos are hanging around.
I'm not worried at all.
Yeah.
This Chiefs team this might be the best version of the Chiefs team we've seen.
And that's
it's only week 8, Sean. Normally this isn't until like week 15. Maybe they're peaking too early. I don't know.
It's not all 1-score games like last year. All right, enough messing around. We're looking ahead to the Thursday night game. Going to talk some picks and some props. Joining us from Rhythm, and of course, download the Rhythm app. Use that promo code SGPN25. Start building your own models and submit your plays. Track your plays for a chance to win $1,000. Brian Beachkofski. Brian, what's happening, man?
I'm loving life. How are things over there?
Doing great.
That's the right attitude for mid football season.
Yes. You're not beat down by the season yet. And we were talking before the show started where Brian goes, "Hey, how's it going?" And I go, "I can't complain." And then I immediately corrected myself and started giving him the Marcus Mariota rant, which I just gave to the audience. But Brian, you said you had the over 218.5 Rodgers passing yards. And that was and that cash. What do you finish with? 219.
219. Got it by the hook, which I love because the model had that early in the week. I got that down, and the line climbed up to like 220. And all. If you weren't there early, you missed out.
There is something fun about hitting on a number that does, like, not all the numbers win. Where you're like, yeah, I am sharp.
Feel a little extra smart.
CLV worked this time.
Well, and obviously you can sound like a broken record. Hey, always get the best price, et cetera, et cetera. And it does apply to NFL sides, but NFL sides, it's such a big market, so efficient, quote unquote, that for the most part, we don't see, like the Ravens game last week was a true outlier where we saw a dramatic swing from opening to close. But for props, especially, props do change a ton. And again, they vary decently amount from book to book. I mean, even the same prop, like a passing yards prop, can be 4-yard difference between the different shops. So it's especially true shop around and get the best
So
number with props.
Scold them and tell them they're lazy if they're not.
No,
At this point,
I mean, and
what are we doing?
This is a great example. Maybe if I shopped hard enough, I could have found a Marcus Mariota over 27.5. Instead, I'm sitting here like a loser at 28.5. But Rhythm is here to get us off our losing ways, get us tracking our own models, giving out some picks, some plays. Brian, we got to start with the big question here. Does the AI model project Lamar Jackson to be the quarterback on Thursday night?
So we don't project out the injury, and I know that's all tongue in cheek, but from what I've seen on Twitter, it looks like he's coming back.
Yeah.
They had the head fake on Saturday,
Yes.
so it's probably trying to get him a couple extra days so he can get full participation on the short week. They're probably worried about him playing Sunday on a short week, following it up to Thursday. So I'm guessing if they were on the fence on for this week, he'll probably be in on Thursday.
Yeah, no, I would be really surprised if he doesn't play this time, but it would be hilarious if Harbaugh does it
went
again.
if you listen to his press conference, he twice said that he expects Lamar to be out there. And so if this is really some weird game of chicken, he's doubled his bet.
Yeah, he's
And
going.
so we'll see how Lamar responds.
He's going all in on it.
I will say Lamar was wearing the play wristband last weekend. He was cheering for his teammates, so he was locked in.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I believe the contentious temperature.
Well, who knows? But what do we, Brian? What do we like for the Baltimore Ravens at the Miami Dolphins? What's a play Rhythm likes? Let's talk a little props here. What does Rhythm see happening here Thursday Night Football?
Let's jump in with one of our standard bench kind of players. I got Rashad Bateman under 2.5 receptions. I think it's going to be a huge running game, short week. We've talked about that before. A short Thursday night game is going to be run centric. You got Derrick Henry against one of the worst run defenses in the league. I think there's going to be no need to go to a third string guy. When they pass it, it'll go to Flowers and Hopkins. They're not going to need to go down that depth chart on the receiver side. He historically this season has been under that, hardly gets above that in targets. I think it's a great bet. The model loves it. Rashad Bateman under 2.5 receptions.
Yeah, fun angle here.
Yeah, I mean he's not getting too many looks, and I feel like it's always a deeper shot.
Yeah, there are a couple guys we'll talk when we give out our plays that I think Isaiah Likely might have a small role. I think he could get into the end zone because Lamar has that chemistry with him. But to your point, on a short week, yeah, why not just hook the wagon to Derrick Henry and pound the rock against this Miami Dolphins rushing defense, which I still don't know how they only held Bijan to 9 carries and 25 yards. When you're dialing things in on the back end there, do you let the model know, or is there something you do where you're like, hey, this is a pretty big outlier, or the model accounts for, hey, this was kind of an unlikely outcome for him to underperform his prop by so much there?
So this is what's really cool is we look at every play-by-play data and we encode who is on the field, who touched the ball, what the defense was. So everything is a defense adjusted EPA for every single play that's out there, which goes into the prediction. So yeah, when we look at that, we go, hey, that's an outlier. If you look at and we also do recency weighted when we get what somebody's recent performance is. So we say, sure, that was there, but that's an outlier on the overall performance and probably not going to overcorrect on that, but we do pull that in. But yeah, everyone's performance is adjusted for that defense that they played or whatever competition that's out there on a play-by-play basis.
There was a compilation of the Falcons running plays where the whole offense didn't know what the play was. And so I think whatever their plan was, like the Penix to Cousins switch, maybe he wasn't as predicted as a better organization like the Ravens playing games with the injury report. But yeah, very, very suspect outcome here.
Yeah, I thought
feels like it would just be a wrench in the equation.
I go, switching from Penix to Cousins, that won't be much of a drop off.
I said upgrade.
My God. I don't know. I mean, me saying Andy Dalton slight upgrade over Bryce Young, probably worse. But I blame Joe Flacco because he gave us hope that these old guys you could just dust off and get competent quarterback play. We learned the hard way on Sunday there. So Rashad Bateman under 2.5 catches. What else is jumping out at you?
So picking up off of the comments we just were making, I got Achane under 5.5 receptions there too.
Okay.
The Ravens pass defense has not been good, and I don't think they're going to need to check down to get to Achane coming back out underneath. So I think they're going to have a great passing game, and I don't think that we're going to need Achane in that check down. They'll establish the run, and then they'll use their primary passing. Even with Hill out, I think we'll be okay there, and they got plenty of other ways to go and not need to get to him.
Yeah, I've had some weird games with Achane there.
I feel like you've multiple times like picked the wrong
either receptions or yards. And 5.5 obviously is super high for a running back. So you think, and the model thinks they're going to be able to throw on the Ravens?
Yes, we do think that, and we'll get that into the next pick as well. But if you look at the Ravens pass defense, they are 28th in the league. They're averaging 246 passing yards per game given up. Like they're not a top elite team. And if you see that what Tua was able to put up 205, I think last week against the Falcons, and for all the things we just talked about, that is a top tier passing defense that we've seen over the course of the year so far. And if he can do 205 there, the model likes him at 219 on against the Ravens.
So you like the over on Tua passing yards?
Yeah, I love that. That's the third one I was going to talk about here, but I kind of gave it away because it's connected.
I mean, they've also been a pass funnel. I mean, they've especially with Lamar have been a pass funnel. We've seen it. I mean, we were a part of that epic comeback with the Bills, but. It's just last week is just such a strange outcome. It's hard to understand if I should be optimistic about the performance for the Dolphins or just seeing a Raheem Morris Falcons team that just decided to walk off the cliff.
Well, it's interesting because the Thursday night home teams have been playing really well. We saw some, the Bengals with the upset win, Giants with the upset win, and then Chargers kind of just destroying the Vikings there, especially in the second half. Does Rhythm have an angle here, side or total that is strong for the model?
Yeah. So the way we see it is the models are leaning Dolphins plus 7.5. It's a big number. With Lamar coming in, there's a wild card about is he fully ready to go? Is he integrated with the team? So there's some questions. There's some questions around that. But that 7.5 number, any game in the NFL is not any game. There are a couple that you could put out 7.
Put the Titans aside.
Yeah,
any game, aside. Right?
Yeah, it's a big number. It makes it attractive.
Yeah, division dogs Thursday night. I haven't fully dug in, but the case is there for this Miami Dolphins team, but also Miami fading them off a win. Ryan, we watched the press conference. Tua was feeling himself.
He was wearing sunglasses not to look cool, but to hide the infection he got. Remember we weird. Speculated he was doing some after hours stuff at Magic City, got a little swollen eye, wanted to cover it up. He did. He was looking extra swaggy. We can agree with that. This is both. If you look at situationally, this is both a great spot to back the Ravens. This is a great spot to fade the Ravens. This is a great spot to back the Dolphins. It's also a great spot to fade the Dolphins. It's a real pretzel here. I haven't quite figured. My gambling instincts say to agree with the model and take the points. Miami's been on the road for a bit. This is the Ravens' first road game in a 3-game road stretch. I don't know.
Yeah,
the variance is super high in this game, right? Like even the total's at 50.5. It's a huge number, reflects both defenses kind of sucking, but then you don't know, like, is it actually going to go that way, or are all the reasons why there are to doubt Miami going to be like, oh, they're still not going to be able to put points on the board. So it's huge variance game on this one.
I also stumbled into a random trend where Derrick Henry has completely sucked every game he's played in Miami. It like uncontrollably sucked. Like it's a weird 4-game sample. Shouldn't mean anything, but got in my head a little bit too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, again, it's with trends.
Maybe he's got like
Bengals.
a baby mama down there or something.
Sometimes you can look into it a little bit, but you don't want to go too crazy because I feel like that's where I get tripped up there. Brian, always appreciate the analytical approach from Rhythm, and of course, download the Rhythm app. Use that promo code SGPN25. Get you set up there, 25% off, and again, track your plays for a chance to win $1,000. Appreciate it, Brian.
Thanks for having me on. It's always a blast.
Good times as always. Let it ride, Brian. And of course, from Brian to Ryan, of course, we're brought to you by MyBookie.ag. MyBookie, your place to bet on football, everything else, the sports equinox, which means I celebrate all sports equinoxes with the MyBookie prop builder. MyBookie also, if you're not been taking advantage of the MyBookie rake back, again, click on that MyBookie Plus. And it'll tell you when your next rake back is going to occur. Log in when it'll say like, hey, 3 days.
Set a reminder.
Yeah, I don't know how long it stays out there, but it's
just set a reminder.
It's free play. So whenever it says it's coming back, like I'll click over to my MyBookie account.
It's always good
right
to check
now.
it. Well, I got some right now.
Oh, perfect
Just claimed
timing.
$78.06.
Oh my god.
But I
That's a
I
beautiful
did hit the
rake back.
slots a little bit.
Yeah. My next rake back is happening in 6 days. It's usually like once a week, but get that free rake back. It's so fun to use the free play over in the prop builder, whatever sort of long shot. Again, if it's free play, you got to let it ride. And of course, use our promo code SGPN so they know we sent you, and you can score 100% bet back bonus up to $500. Terms and conditions apply. MyBookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig. Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. Love hopping in on Novig, and it's great. They also have boosts, which you wouldn't think of in a prediction market, but they do have those. They have props, they have first touchdowns, and it's a great way. If you're in Texas, Florida, California, great way to get in on the action. Download the Novig app and spend $5. You get $50. Use that promo code SGPN. Download the Novig app today. Who needs Vig? Not me. Novig, promo code SGPN.
Very, very interesting matchup, and dare I say, a very interesting Thursday night game leading into a very interesting Week 9 slate.
Oh,
not satire.
not easy. Are you
Not
still seeing the
satire.
board well, Ryan?
It's a week to week situation, just like the NFL. It's a week to week game. I look at 1 week at a time, and I will say, this weekend we are riddled. We will be riddled with tough decisions. Do I follow gambling instincts, or do I read the room right now?
Yeah. No, that's always there's going to be some interesting situations.
Like this game.
Spots. Yeah.
10 times out of 10, you know exactly what to do.
Well,
They're baiting you though.
Who's baiting you?
They.
The they
7.5. This being 7.5 is the perfect number to. Well, one. The Dolphins suck, but what if they fixed everything? What if they are bought into McDaniels and Atlanta does have a good defense? And they, right? Like, what if?
Yeah, but I think if you would look historically, teams coming off a what was it, a 24-point win after being a dog of 7 or more,
Of course,
and now they're still a dog. That's usually a sign to avoid them. But on the other side,
it was a road win. Now they're coming home.
Now you have your division dog Thursday night. If I just looked at that spot in and of itself, you would love the division dog catching 7.5 points.
Well, they're not it's conference.
Oh yeah, sorry, I keep saying division. I'm an idiot.
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying. It's more just the idea of a home dog on Thursday night, short weekend, condensed game plan.
Yeah. And Lamar, he's better against the NFC versus the AFC. I'll tell you this.
What if the Dolphins did get right?
But they're still the Dolphins. Like, what is their version of getting right?
But if they got right on the road, regardless of what you think about the Falcons, you can say the Falcons looked like ass, but the Dolphins that was the best game they'd played, and that defense had looked pretty good in some other games. It's just a tricky data point for me because I want to ignore it. I want to ignore the data point, be like Lamar's back. They're gonna fuck him up. Then I see Derrick Henry has had nothing but his maybe 4 of his worst games as a pro at Miami.
Yeah. No, and it's interesting, and I guess I'm not shocked to think that Derrick Henry should have a good matchup against this Miami rush defense. That makes a ton of sense.
Baltimore's defense is like the key pieces that make it good or back. So maybe they don't suck any. I don't know.
Well, and I was going back and forth on whether to play the Tua passing yards, and rhythm like in the over kind of scared me away because my instinct was to take the under there. But I'll pass on it completely. I am going to tail the Rashad Bateman under 2.5 receptions. I think Brian and Rhythm made a great case there. Like I don't know if they're going to need to dig deep into the Rashad Bateman. I have a couple deep shots for first touchdown, but I think those are even like 1 or 2 targets, potential catches, carries for these individuals. But Bateman getting 3 catches is actually, it sounds super easy, but then you look at like, hey, they got 2 tight ends, they got Zay Flowers, Lamar. I mean, Lamar passing attempts is usually set at a pretty low number, so there's only so many receptions to go around.
I'm on the under completions at 20.5.
Okay,
he's yeah. I mean, but just to give you something to think on, the Bateman, what would concern me about Bateman is he's out there running routes. He's plays a ton of the snaps. I get the usage. It makes sense. I depending on how the game's going, like I think he's most reliably going to be the guy out there as like the third option after a tight end or Zay Flowers.
So in 7 games, Bateman's gone over this once.
I just said I think I said the output doesn't match how much he's out there doing stuff, but
all right, Ryan. So I'm
not telling you to change. I'm just sharing information. Well, I went down a similar path, and I'm telling you why I got off of it.
Check it, Ryan O'Flanagan. Check it in. 62% humidity in Miami. Lamar's going to need that wet.
He's going to get some diarrhea. Some air.
He's slippery when wet. Well, I would say to Ryan's point, if you're recovering from a hamstring injury and you're a guy who I don't trust his diet or the way he takes care of his body. He
doesn't hydrate well.
No, hydration levels. He needs to get you know what he needs, Ryan? He needs to befriend like a white woman in her 40s because that's all they're always so worried. I got the water bottle constantly. I'm always worried about my hydration levels, constantly bringing up what they're dehydrated, potentially might get dehydrated.
It's an important thing to stay on top of.
It is.
Who was the NBA player that the girlfriend or the
Zion
with soda everywhere?
Yeah, soda everywhere. He left bottles of soda everywhere. I bet you Lamar to me strikes me as a guy who probably has this like crazy metabolism.
Oh yeah,
and has gotten away with eating shit and drink. Like he doesn't seem like a health nut at all.
I'm sure he's taking care of his body on some level, but yeah, I mean, certainly he's given us reason to maybe doubt his 100% commitment. Now people are going to be very mad that we're saying this.
No, but he's had.
I know, but the Lamar stands will be upset.
He's gotten ill a number of times.
Yeah. I think his inability to play at lower than 100%.
Yeah.
Combined with the fact that it is fair to throw in all the times he's had shitting issues or flu or stomach issues.
He was like patient 0 of COVID. He got COVID like 9 times. Right?
Actually, yeah. I mean, dude, he may have had COVID more than any other athlete on the planet.
So I think he's a guy
which everyone has that person at their office too. That's always getting COVID. They just don't want to go in. They want to call in sick. That's the buzzword.
But
you got COVID? Get the fuck out of here.
But to O'Flanagan's point, humidity is a nightmare if you're recovering from a hamstring injury. Just saying.
From like a cramping perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other angle as to why you would take Miami in this spot. It's just going to be What is the weather? Do we have a full report?
All I know is the humidity, courtesy of Ryan O'Flanagan.
Okay. Let me just go to my. I do have a weather page bookmarked. So.
Oh, that's super helpful.
Well, I think it is important to stay on top of weather.
Agreed.
We haven't had too much weather impact yet. Let's see here. That we're not even we don't even. I'm pretty disappointed in my weather source. They haven't even flipped the week till week 8. Are you kidding me?
All right. Well,
stall while I find the weather.
I'll give out another prop. I mentioned it when we were talking with Brian, but Isaiah Likely anytime touchdown plus 230. We can dig and dive and look at a bunch of numbers. I do like numbers when putting together stuff, but I'm also a guy who knows chemistry, and Lamar has legit chemistry with Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely last year was poised for a really good year. He got injured coming into the season, off to a slow start. Then Lamar was hurt. This is both of them healthy, both of them in a nice spot here, attacking the middle of the field. Isaiah Likely, he loves them too. So plus 230 anytime touchdown. Isaiah Likely.
I got something else for you there.
Okay.
Most receiving yards in the game.
Oh man,
what's
that?
What do you think? I mean, we know he's got it in him. He had that 111 yard game against the Chiefs to start the season last year.
25-1,
30-1.
Okay. Oh, maybe that's my. All right. I like that, Ryan.
I put it in my. I have a Degens only play, but I stumbled into a couple others when I was looking around. I figured you might be on an Isaiah Likely angle.
I haven't been playing it much because
he's gotten no usage.
Yeah, he
didn't get any usage last week. Charlie Kohler's playing as many snaps as him, which could be him coming back from injury. Could have been the game plan with Snoop Huntley to go a little bit more to tight end. You're not going to see Andrews and Likely lined up on the line of scrimmage together, so that's where Kohler comes in a little bit more. So yeah, I mean, I certainly would. Yeah, I would look to play his yardage and catches too.
And just Fred in the chat saying, "Fuck, missed an $1,800 parlay by 2 Mariota rushing yards."
These fucking
get Cash Patel on the line, Ryan. This is insane.
Do you think he had
what Terry Rozier did was nothing compared to? I mean, that was like a regular season NBA game. This is primetime NFL. Marcus Mariota took a fall.
Really disgusting stuff.
So horrible. I mean, yeah. Sorry,
he
sorry,
did trip in a weird way.
It was like a weird fall forward, and the ball popped out.
For what it's worth, we were.
Yeah, I lost money on that as well. Not as much as you, but still an annoying amount to the point where I'm getting an investigation. So my two props so far: Isaiah Likely to get in the end zone, Rashad Bateman under 2.5 receptions.
All right, so Ravens defense feels like they're working their way back after that embarrassing performance against the Texans. Van Noy called out the team, and now they've gotten some pieces back. But what happened last week that's notable, Sean? Rookie Mike Green, who maybe fell in the draft for non-football related reasons. Baldy said he has the best bend in the class, and he got his first sack last week against Caleb Williams. Looked good getting around the edge in the way that you could see Tua taking a sack every day, especially on Thursday night. Mike Green to get a sack, Sean, is somehow 3-1.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
And
Mike Green to get a sack is 3-1. Just got his first sack. The pressure numbers have been there. As you know, I've been studying those. And again, I could see him bending around the edge right into Tua's ass.
And Tua Tag Ovalia, the quarterback.
Almost did it. Almost made it.
Man, my favorite part is hitting the sound drop and then just watching Ryan in the monitor where Ryan knows he's like, don't step in. Can't help himself.
No, I can't.
It is a great sound drop. All right. So I'm in for Isaiah Likely to get in the end zone. Bateman under 2.5 receptions, and Devon Achane under 63.5 rushing yards. This was, I think this is another play that Rhythm likes, but Roquan Smith, Kyle Hamilton back. I thought they did a good job slowing down this Bears rushing attack, and the Bears offensive line, their run blocking has been pretty good. The more I talk this out, the more I get down these props. I think if the Dolphins are going to have success, it might have to be in the passing game. So Give me Achane under 63.5 rushing yards.
They were kind of playing like they didn't respect the passing game of the Bears. I mean, you even saw it, like the DJ Moore play. That's like a play where you're just not respecting that they're going to throw that ball over the top of you. So I don't know how I feel about the Achane props, even the rhythm angle, because I
see the math case for it. I'm not touching his receiving props.
It but because it also kind of seems like it could be a game where he does do a lot. Now, where are we at with Lamar? You think Lamar is going to run coming back from this? Think he's going to show everyone, or do you think he's going to not run and do one of those things where he sits back and?
I don't know. I don't have a good read on Lamar. I was skeptical that he was going to be 100% for the game against the Bears. And when I made my Bears money line play, I assumed I was playing against a 70% Lamar Jackson. Turns out I was going up against 100% Snoop Huntley. So hated to be in that spot.
Any void opportunity?
I'm going to talk to Benson at the circuit and see if they'll honor my ticket, because I was fraud was committed against me by John Harbaugh. I thought I was going against 80% Lamar.
It's hard for me to argue against that. It did seem like there was some fraud.
Kramer, what's it? So those are my three props. Anything else you're giving out, Kramer?
So I had a couple things written down that I'll be on. Like I said, the likely stuff feels very likely, but I you know what? I'll take Tua to have the most passing yards plus 130. I don't know how much. I'm on the under completions 20.5. I don't know how much Lamar is going to need to throw in this game. I think the lack of a running game from Atlanta was more about Kirk Cousins and like they just didn't know the offense. There was on a couple of plays, the offensive line ran two separate plays. They kind of collided into each other. They gave up on the run. It was a very strange situation. So to see Tua as the dog in a situation where he's 7.5 point dog, and the team they're playing against is going to want to establish that run. So yeah, Tua to have the most passing yards plus 130.
Alrighty. Hey, let's put together a little Underdog entry. Of course, Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN. Play $5, get $100 in bonus funds, and they got you covered now. Team picks, spreads, and totals depending on your state. What? So California, as a California resident, I can vouch it's in California. So check your state if you're looking to get in on the action. Great way to get involved with Underdog. Use that promo code SGPN. Kramer, it is still Boostober. What are we doing here?
Just loaded in a 30% booster.
Okay, got boosters engaged. I like likely. Now maybe we don't have to play the full TD. Maybe we just play his higher 20.5 receiving yards. It just feels like a get right spot for Isaiah Likely. I know Lamar likes him. They have good chemistry, but what are you feeling?
I'll be honest. I'm almost more interested. Do they have a rushing yard for Justice Hill?
Okay.
I just have a feeling they're gonna be able to get they don't have it. I just have a feeling they're gonna be able to establish the run. Let's see, how else can we play?
Because I think we'll get to it when we talk first touchdown. But Keaton Mitchell might be a name to watch.
They don't have rushing
touchdown.
yards for him as well.
No, but it's they've been getting other guys involved.
I'll be honest, Sean. That feels more like a last touchdown to me in this game. I think Derrick Henry's still the big dog. All right, so I also am with you on likely.
Why don't we just? They have the Bateman receptions here. I like the lower on that. Or you're not sold on that?
Sure. I mean, no, I'm not sold on that, but
okay. Well, then what do you want? What are you sold on?
I think I'd rather play a likely position, and I would rather. I mean, 2.5 receptions being spicy. I almost like that better than because they run those screens for him as well.
Likely,
yeah.
Okay,
I know it's a high number, but to your point, like everything I've read this week also suggests that we're going to see. I think we're going to see him kind of used a little bit more.
All right, so you want to?
You like yards better than receptions?
Yeah, because I think it could just be one catch for him. Okay. Or honestly, I like the TD the best. I think he gets in the end zone.
All right.
What are we doing on the Dolphins side?
I mean, like I said, I think Rhythm liked it. I think Tua to have the most passing yards in the game is a good play. I don't hate taking the higher on his passing yards.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I think that's going to be how they're going to have to move the ball.
Underdog has it 222.5.
I mean, how else could we play it? Would we want to play? No, that's the way to play it.
Yeah. All right. So without a boost, it's $100 return you 443. Let's see if I can do one more boost. Tober
5.45x with the boost.
Oh, love when my stuff's boosted. So Tua higher 222.5 passing yards. Isaiah likely to get in the end zone. Underdog fantasy promo code SGPN. Kramer, let's talk a little first TDs and then a little DGen parlay.
Perfecto. You go first.
Okay.
I think we'll have small overlap in this one.
I don't think so because you talked me out of the Keaton Mitchell. It was 75-1. I'll go a little more realistic. DeAndre Hopkins 27-1. He does occasionally like to throw some jump ball stuff to him. 27-1. I mean, listen, it's probably going to be Derrick Henry, but I'm not playing it at that price. So here are a couple fun long shots, and then Tylan Wallace 100-1. He is a guy who's already scored a touchdown for them deeper down the roster. He's involved in special teams. Could be a return. Could be a little gadget play at 100-1. On the Dolphins side, I really like Ollie Gordon 22-1. I think that is, if I had to pick a favorite play, it would be Ollie Gordon at 22-1. Then Malik Washington, who seems to be one of the main guys for him at 20-1. I like both those the Dolphins plays. But I would say Ollie Gordon is my favorite of those four. Kramer, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, worth noting, Jalen Wright healthy, but Ollie Gordon got a lot of work down the stretch last week. Clear backup, I think, and maybe clear goal line back as well.
Yeah,
I'm with you on Malik Washington. What was the number you got for him? 20-1.
Yep.
Yeah, specifically because, well, one, we found out Jalen Waddle's hard to see over the linemen because they're tall, but two, they scheme stuff from Malik Washington every week. You see it. You see the gadget play. You see the screen pass. And they just like getting the ball in his hand. So the fact that he's still gettable at 20-1 is crazy. Sean, and Lamar Jackson's 12-1. You have to. I know he's coming off the hamstring injury. I don't care. He has to be played at 12-1. And then I'm going to play the two fullbacks because this is an all timer in terms of fullbacks to get used.
Alec Ingold
100-1. Patrick Ricard 100-1. There was chatter about Ricard in a couple of the conversations with coaches / players this week. And I think it was last week, the offensive coordinator for the Dolphins who does, McDaniels.
I was considering Kohler, but I feel like Kohler got his annual touchdown last game.
And like I mentioned, Kohler got a uptick in snaps last week because they wanted to run a little bit more traditional 12 personnel, and they're not going to use likely in 12 personnel. So I think in this game, unless they roll out a similar strategy, I would expect to see an uptick in likely snaps and Kohler snaps to dip. Like if you look at week 6, Isaiah Likely played 81% of the snaps. Kohler played 36. If you look at last week, Kohler played 40% and Likely played 58%. So I think if we get back to the old way, 100%. So yeah, I would, and I think the other Kohler's still a good price though. I think he's still playable if you want to.
Yeah, I guess to me, and I don't know if it's not necessarily related, but guys like that, your Patrick Ricard,
you lose a little juice.
Your Kyle Juszczyk. Well, I just don't think you're going to get games where they have back-to-back touchdowns.
Well, yeah, and he was 80-1 last week, probably, so maybe 60, 65. Yeah. So Patrick Ricard, Alec Ingold, both 100-1. Lamar Jackson 12-1, Malik Washington 20-1.
For me,
I'm a degenerate.
Hashtag Degens only.
This one is it jumped right out at me. Ollie Gordon, 2 touchdowns, 50-1. Keeping it simple, keeping it clean. They use him. 10 for 46 in the rushing game. He had a receiving touchdown last game. I think that's always a good sign.
Yeah, I think. A little bit of his usage last game was, probably a little bit of garbage time there at the end, but he's involved.
Yeah.
They
do well, especially near the goal line. Like they're not afraid to use him there.
I think they prefer him there. I think he's a bigger back. I think that's the intent. So you do get that bonus action, and I don't think. Let me look it up real quick because my only concern is the wild card of they really like Jalen Wright last year. Did Ollie Gordon completely take his job?
I think he kind of has.
Well, since they've been back last week 7, 18 snaps Ollie Gordon to 9 snaps for Jalen Wright. Last week 21 snaps for Ollie Gordon, 11 snaps for Jay Wright. So yeah, or Jalen Wright. So I would say yes. But you know who got more snaps than both those guys? Alec Ingold.
But he didn't get any carries.
That's not important.
Okay.
It's about being on the field and getting ready for that play action waggle out into the flat, just like Kyle Juszczyk once did for me in the Super Bowl for the first reception.
I mean, the if you look at the red zone carries, Achane 16, Ollie Gordon 10. So he's not far behind him. And yeah, so I think it's way closer.
Wait, what? How many did you have for Achane?
Red zone carry 16, and Gordon 10. I mean, that to me is like, but you look at the pricing, it's really pretty different. So I think if you include pass opportunities, Achane has a number of those as well. Yeah.
So his red zone opportunities total to 22, which is pretty remarkable. He had 8 last week, according to the site I'm looking at. Ollie Gordon had 3 last week, 11 total. That's why they're pricing like that.
Mike in the chat saying, are the Ravens a survivor play this week, Ryan? I haven't done a deep dive yet. We are alive in our
absolutely not.
We are alive in the in our DAP Circuit Survivor. You don't need to play Thursday.
Our map had us taking them last week, but we didn't take them obviously, so they're still available to us.
The Ravens,
Ravens. They're a holiday team, so they probably worth keeping in the back pocket just to have as many options as possible.
Yeah, I think for Survivor, I want to see Lamar get a couple games.
He's got 3 straight road games. Like this is probably not the stretch to be taking them, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, and then. What do you think we will end up on Survivor? I know Rams will probably be a big one. What else are we looking at potentially for Survivor?
Well, hold on, let me pull up the Ravens schedule real quick because they're home against the Jets November 23rd. They're home against the Bengals November 27th. One of those is a holiday game, right? Is the Jets a holiday game, or is it Christmas that they're playing? Regardless, that's the stretch. You're playing them in one of those 2 games. As far as the Survivor for us this week,
Rams at home, they're laying 13.5 against the Saints. That's going to be interesting.
Have we played the Packers?
No, but that one's interesting too. They're at home against the Panthers.
I think that's the conversation.
Possibly a look ahead to the Eagles, but yeah, I would be pretty surprised.
Did you watch that? I mean, Bryce Young's not coming back,
and the Packers looked really good in that second half game against the Steelers on the road. Back at home at Lambeau. The other one, which we'll discuss, Chargers at Titans. Yeah. This Titans team is really bad.
Imagine getting knocked out because of Herbert, though. That would end you. That would.
I would be very upset.
Rams
getting to make fun of Justin Herbert would make it so much.
I'll be honest. The Rams do not have a future home game. Their future home games are Saints, Seahawks, Bucks, Lions, and then Cardinals week 18, which is very dangerous. So they might actually be the week to take them.
All right.
Because the Packers have games coming up that we're going to be like, okay, we could see ourselves taking the Packers. Maybe not. Packers have a road game against the Giants. Packers have a home game against the Vikings, and they have a home game against the Bears. Those are probably
division games in scare me. So maybe we do. So between Packers or Rams, it feels like.
Yeah, I think
Tyler Shuck is getting the start for
Rams. I would say the Rams' future value is lower to me than the Packers because I think I could definitely see us taking Vikings going against the Vikings.
Plus, Stafford. What quarterback's more likely to be injured down the line, Stafford or Jordan Love?
Stafford. Baltimore does come to Green Bay in week 17.
Lamar, get the wetsuit out.
He's going to need that thick like 9 millimeter wetsuit. He's
yeah.
not going to be as he's going to be very stiff. All right, do you want my mega banger?
Yeah. What do we got?
I have 2.
Okay.
One, you said you're taking the under on Achane. I told you that Derrick Henry has had his worst games as a professional in Baltimore. So what if Lamar Jackson fucks around and leads the game in rushing? 12-1.
Lamar?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Now that's the small one, but I knew some. The second I got involved with an Alec Ingle, Patrick Ricard first touchdown, I said, "Why? What's the anytime?" Ingle 22-1, Patrick Ricard 27-1. We're doing a little round robin. You're going to play the Ingle anytime at 22-1 by itself. You're going to play the Ricard anytime by itself at 27-1, and you're going to put them together. So however you want to chop that unit up.
Okay.
Maybe you do, maybe you do like a third, something like that. Nice and easy. 508-1. They both score when they both score a touchdown. This will break the internet.
Yeah. Keep it simple for me. Allie Gordon, 2 TDs.
Look, 2 fullbacks scoring a touchdown isn't simple.
I guess it is. It is simple. Hey, appreciate everyone tuning in as always. A reminder: Sports Equinox happening. If only there was one podcast feed that had you covered for the NHL, the NBA, the NFL, and college football. That's right. The Sports Gambling Podcast Network feed. If you just listen to our feed or you just listen to individual show feeds, you can listen to all the shows on our entire network. And we have a bunch of shows in one convenient place. Just type in SGPN on your podcast player.
We need to brainstorm like a SGPN bingo type of contest game.
Oh, okay.
To incite listening to
for
all the
network?
And you forgot MLB. The World Series is happening. I know that we don't often care about the World Series, but the Doyers are playing.
Let's go Doyers.
Do they win tonight?
It's still going, Ryan. Right. We're going head to head with the bottom of the 11th inning.
Damn, no wonder. I mean, that's tough. Baseball is riveting.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
So we're gonna be on the Dolphins.
Kramer, let it ride.
And Tua tag over